family, off topic, I wouldn't recommend nobody be in public. Like, I've said this, I've joked about it, but I mean it. You won't know. I will do as much as I possibly can do to make sure that y'all don't know until we are me and my man solid. Because inviting the media into relationships is problematic. So when I see people in the media allowing people in their relationship real early, I'm a little bit like, I don't know about that. This seemed like a media situation. And I'm putting y'all on game because I'm not saying, I'm not like exposing Hollywood. That's not my calling. That is not my world, at least not right now. My point is, nothing is as you've seen. We're talking about people that act for a living. They are paid to lie. And I'm not saying lie like again, I'm making a joke about it, but they're paid to put on a show. They're entertainers. Entertainers entertain. I've been watching like all these like Michael Jordan things because y'all know anybody that was raised in my time, okay? We love us some Michael Jordan. And he was talking about load management. Y'all, and I'm sorry, I love Michael. He was like, oh man, you gonna ask me about load management? I knew you was gonna do it. I'm like, bro, I know. You probably said, I don't care what you ask me, but you better ask me about load management. I got something for you. I'm sorry, you can't tell me Jordan was blindsided by no question. They not about to blindside Michael Jordan. I'm gonna tell you that now. Okay? No. He was probably, I don't care what you ask me. I don't know the guy's name who interviewed him. I don't care what you ask me, Bob. I don't care what you ask me, but you better ask me about load management. Your boy got something to say. You can't tell me when he did that whole Bob, I knew you were gonna ask. Didn't I tell y'all he was gonna ask me this question? Go ahead. What you gonna ask me? I said, Michael, you an entertainer for real. But anyway, that's besides. I digress. I love Michael Jordan. I love so that is. I am going to be watching because I want to see Michael. I want to see him talk about basketball. But anyway, y'all, that's besides the point. Y'all, come on now. Y'all know he not blindsided by no question. Period. Okay. So anyway, he might have been. Let me stop. I don't know. I wasn't in the room. I just thought that was funny because I could just see it play out. You know. But anyway, long story short, I love me some Michael Jordan, so I'm good. Back to my point. My point is this. He talks about in that load management question, he talks about entertainment. Right? He says, listen, I felt a responsibility as an entertainer to put on a show. That's why I was playing almost 80 games or 80 whatever games for however many years. I think they said 11 years. He said, baby, I'm here to put on a show. I know what time it is. When I suit up and I go on that court, the adrenaline is adrenalining. I am. He said, look, you need a microphone and you want to sing? Give me a basketball in my shorts. I'm about to put on a show. I'm about to shut everybody up. I don't care where I'm at. I don't care. I'm Michael Jordan. I'm shutting everybody. I'm shutting the city down. I love that. He said, look, and that's how I feel. Look, well, my new city, I'm shutting the city down. It's absolutely my city now. There's a new sheriff of town. Her name's Samantha Lee. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. But anyway, I say all that to say, he said, I'm an entertainer. So yeah, I'm going to put on a show. I felt a responsibility to get up on that court and do what I got to do. That's what I felt there was. And so again, I'm not saying this to be like any type of way. I'm just saying the truth. When you're an entertainer, you put cameras on, we entertain. Right? I'm not an entertainer. I like to entertain though. I'm not a, like I don't you know, you may see me one day on somebody's show or have my own show and it's a Samantha Lee show or whatever. That'd be nice. But when I've been around entertainers, they are like when there's certain things that entertainers they entertain. Right? They put on a show. And so some of y'all be looking at these entertainers like, oh, well, this is the gospel truth. They posted it. It must be the Bible. And it's like, y'all know entertainers entertain. Right? Like this is not gospel truth. This can be, hey, look, we need to change the whole image here. So I need you to go out with old boy because he needs his image needs to be revamped. Your image needs to be turned down. I need y'all to, I mean, you can go out for like 6 months and then never speak. We don't care. But as your PR agency or as your management team or whatever, I need you to go ahead and fake date this person. That happens all the time in Hollywood. This is not a new concept. This is not new information. This is real. Okay? And so we have this obsession with relationships that family may not be real. In fact, I think most of the relationships that people are the most obsessed with are not real. The ones that we see so much of, they're not. I mean, just not. You see in the beginning dating stages. Oh, the paparazzi. We were just sitting on Hollywood Boulevard and the cameras just happened to come by. We just happened to be sitting right in front of TMZ and they just caught us. No, come on now. Like, let's be real. Let's be real. No, this is not like when you are I'm just being honest. When you are in certain worlds, there's an understanding you have about where paparazzi is or is not. Okay? Let's just be real. We know. People know. I'm not gonna lie about it. Like people know. And then sometimes you get caught. I'm not gonna say it's not always. But sometimes when your makeup is perfect, you got to write this, you got this and this and this. You call the paparazzi on yourself. And whether it's negative or positive, you're in the press. Right? And so sometimes family, I'm sharing all this because I'm not trying to, there's not a specific relationship I know is this or is that. But what I am saying is I'm noticing a trend. I'm noticing that with this covenant movement, there's another movement of relationships coming out of the woodwork with women we've never seen in a relationship. I mean, never. And they represent culture. They represent the agenda that culture, the machine is pushing. The very women that, and again, I don't know these women. I don't know them from a can of paint. They may just be putting on a show. Again, they're entertainers. That may not be who they are. And they probably aren't like that one-on-one. They're probably beautiful people personally. But what they represent to people watching is culture's way, right? The very things I speak against, they represent. These women that we have not seen in relationships all of a sudden wiped up with not just, Joey from down the street. It happens to be this known man that is successful that somehow actually adds to their influence. He adds to her influence. She adds to his influence. Why do you think that is? Why do you think anybody that's in like media, you know, you don't want your relationship on French Street. So when you are having images taken of you, you already know there's an agenda here. Because you don't want I mean, not, again, not, I'm not going to say everybody, but a lot of people, when you've been in the media, you don't want your relationship to be public like that. Because you understand how when you invite the media attention in too early, it can damage what you're building. So when I see relationships that just came together and they all over the media, I'm like, or they just started dating, I'm like, I'm having an issue believing that all these relationships are just, do we just have these are all homeboys and they putting they homegirl on? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they just happen to be with these women and these women with these guys. Like, I'm sorry. I think that there's an agenda. Hey guys, thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you guys. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button, y'all. Let's not just be every once in a while. Let's become family, okay? Friends that are family, okay? Join my family today.